Time here in Colorado. It's snowing like crazy outside. These flakes are like that big, and it's pretty cool to watch. It's nice and peaceful. I'm looking outside the window, but man, it's almost June and it's snowing. So welcome to Colorado. It'll probably be gone in like 24 hours. So anyway, I hope you guys are rocking. I hope you're doing well on your MS exercises. Going through this week talking about leg weakness. We've really been talking about the hips. So real quick, for those of you who haven't joined us this week, I want to let you know that the purpose of the MS Gym is to give you exercises that you can do with MS that are going to help you manage your symptoms, slow down, and even possibly stop the progression of MS in its tracks. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've seen a lot of successful stories happen working with people with MS and neurological conditions, and what we're trying to do here are give you exercises that are going to retrain your brain how to work differently, how to work in a different way, and how to create new neurological pathways between your brain, your nerves, your muscles, and your joints that are going to be able to go around those damaged nerves, or those nerves and those brain cells that are damaged by MS. And so when we're having a bad week, like we have a leg weakness week, or we're having a little bit of a flare-up or a little bit of a relapse, a lot of times, my clients would come to me and they'd be like, "Hey, Trev, I just don't feel like doing this today. I don't feel like working out today. I can't put any weight on my leg. I can't put any weight on my foot." Great! You can't put any weight on your foot, so guess what? Let's get on the floor. Let's ease our way down on the floor using a chair and a wall and put ourselves down. And let's do some stuff activating our hips and our core on the floor so that when you do stand up, because let's face it, unless you're in a wheelchair and confined to a wheelchair, you're going to have to get up. And you should be getting up because you need to be moving. Whether it's to go to the kitchen or go to the restroom or walk out to the mailbox or something like that, you need to keep moving and you need to keep active with MS, because otherwise your body just kind of loses its battle to all these nerves that are being shut down. So we're here to activate, fire up those nerves again, okay? So day one, we talked about pelvic tilt. Day two, we talked about activating the outside of the hip. Yesterday, we talked about activating the inside of the hip with that adductor magnus. Today, we're going to talk about the hip flexors. So one of the major hip flexors of the body is the psoas, right? And everybody's like, "Wait a sec, Trev, isn't the psoas usually overactive? Isn't it usually tight? Why are we trying to work it if it's already overactive?" I'm telling you, from the people that I've worked on, a lot of people have underactive psoas. And when you have a gait imbalance or a balance problem or some kind of weakness in your leg that doesn't allow you to walk right or pick up your leg right, you probably have a weak psoas. So even though that we stretch them, we still got to activate them from a neurological standpoint in order to get them to fire up. Otherwise, when you go to take a step, this leg ain't going to lift. Look at my shoes. This leg ain't going to lift, and you're going to have to try to swing your leg around, or the hip's going to have to collapse or something like that. So the psoas is a major hip flexor, and it's also a major spinal stabilizer of the body that's going to help you stand upright, and maintain your balance, okay? So here's how we rock this out. So what you're going to do, because I only want you starting about halfway up this motion, because otherwise there's a risk of straightening out your low back on this one, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to hurt you, but just do it right, okay? So what you're going to do, this is about like a 12-inch to a 16-inch step. You can use a chair, you can use a couch, you can use a coffee table, something where you can elevate your leg. You're going to just lie down next to it, okay? And you're going to bend your knees. So we're going to lie down here, and I'm going to have this back leg bent. Now, the key to this is you have to do your posterior pelvic tilt, okay? You have to do your posterior pelvic tilt. I'm a tall person. I'm like out of the frame. Anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to pull that belly button down towards the floor. So you pull the belly button down, relax your shoulders, and then go into your posterior pelvic tilt. So did you see that? My glutes lifted just a little bit. I'm not lifting off the floor, but I'm just posterior pelvic tilting, because I want that core active so that when you go to lift your leg, you're actually using the right muscles, okay? If you lift it, if your back is all arched like this and you lift it, there's a good chance you're going to use your low back to lift the leg. I want you to use the psoas muscle, which goes from this portion of your leg up towards your spine. So you're going to feel like you're using your core muscles to lift your leg. So you're going to lie down, you're going to make that leg straight, pull the belly button down, tip your leg back. Now watch what I do here. It's a little hard to see on camera, but I actually move my leg out. So you go out this way, and I turn my foot to the outside, okay? So again, I'll pull my pants up so you can see it. So I move here straight, I move the leg out, so I'm moving it towards you, and then I'm keeping the leg straight. Try not to let the leg go all loose. Keep it straight, pull those abs in, posterior pelvic tilt and relax your shoulders. Pull that toe up. Now what you're doing is you're using this portion, these lower ab muscles, if you will. So focus on the lower ab muscles, just lifting your leg. It's going to be a 1, 2, back, down, 3 seconds, okay? 2 seconds up, 3 seconds down. So it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And your entire goal is to maintain your small of your back on the floor. Don't let your back arch and pull those abs down. So arms are open, shoulders relaxed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So let's go through this. This is 2, 2, 2, 3. Back up, 3, 2, back, 2, 3. So I'm feeling my abs give out a little bit, so I take a sec to regroup. Abs in, pelvic tail back. Good. 4, 2, back, 2, 3. That was like 4 and 5 combined. 5, 2, back, 2, 3. 6, 2, pull down on that belly button, down, 2, 3, tip that pelvis back, 7, 2, down, 2, 3, we're going to do 3 more. Now, if you need to, you can regroup every single time you come down, you can get back into that pelvic tilt, and you want to think about lifting that leg up from that ab. I can completely feel this firing up in my hip flexor here, up in that psoas, okay? Last one, I think that's either 9 or 10. Back up, hold, and it's a down, 2, 3. Okay? Then you just shift over to the other side of that table. I'm like LL Cool J here. Shift over to the other side of that table, that chair, or just switch legs and put your bent knee up against whatever your leg's up on. And focus on this. So it only takes like 1 set of 10 to really get this fired up. On Saturday, when we go through this whole series, we're going to do 2 circuits of this, and we're just going to take this real slow. It's not about speed. It's not about strength. It's not about intensity. We're getting into activate your hips so that they can be stronger, your core can kick in, your upper body can kick in. You get a nice stable pelvic base so that if your foot is affected, if your low leg is affected by MS in some way, or you're having a bad day, you can still exercise the other 90% of your body. It doesn't mean that it has to stop you. Okay, so this exercise today works as psoas. Like I said, on Saturday we're going to go through this entire week's exercises in a big gigantic circuit. So make sure that you're practicing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today, and tomorrow. And if this is your first time tuning in, go to the MS Gym, ask to join. I'll accept you, or you can just join on that page. Go through, find exercise 1, 2, and 3 before this. Start practicing so you can get the most out of Saturday when we all do this circuit together. So I thank you guys a ton. Go ahead and like this video and share it if you want to. This is a public page for right now for a little bit so that people can share these posts. And what I'm also going to put at the bottom in here is I'm going to put a link for it's a free walking balance program. So there's 3 exercises plus an email mini course, a 5-part mini course that I'm actually giving out to people in the MS Gym now that is free. And so I'm going to put a link below that, and if you're having problems with your balance and with your walking and all that, it's an amazing program. I throw in strength training and flexibility and endurance, and you get to see my lovely wife and I hang out together, and it really complements everything we're doing in this series. So I'm going to put that up. I'm going to put that in the comments. So go check this out, you guys. Keep practicing your exercises. Hopefully your hips are feeling strong like bull, and I will see you tomorrow. For, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing some bridging tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. So, I'll see you then. Have an awesome day.